Hello everyone. Welcome to this video on creating a financial analysis dashboard in Bold BI. A financial analysis dashboard displays financial data like revenue, expenses, profit margins, and cash flow in one place with easy-to-understand charts and reports. It tracks financial performance in real time, monitors budget and spending to detect issues early, and analyzes financial trends alongside operational data. With it, you can set financial goals and track progress easily, create and share custom reports with stakeholders, and make smart decisions with clear, data-driven insights. First, let me create a new dashboard and name it Financial Analysis Dashboard. Next, I create a data source using PostgreSQL and enter the required connection details like name, server name, port, username, password, and database name. I click Connect, which opens the Query Designer and enables the Code option. I enter the query I already have and click Run to see the values retrieved from the database. I save the data source. Then, I add a Date Picker widget to the Dashboard Designer page and name it Date. I add DOP, enable range, and limit dates in the basic settings. I also disable Title Auto Font Size and change the font size to 16 in the container appearance. Next, I add a combo box to the Dashboard Designer, which allows users to select a category. Now, let me customize its properties. I name the widget Select Category and add the category name in the assigned data. Next, I click Enable Multi-Select and allow Filter in basic settings. Disable Persist Virtual Selection and Filter. Title Auto Font Size, and change the font size to 16 in the container appearance. Next, I add a column chart and name it Revenue versus Gross Profit by Product Category. I add the expression for revenue and gross profit. Add the revenue in the value section. Format the value to currency and representation as ones. Add the gross profit. Rename it. Format the type to currency and representation to ones. I add the category name in the column section. Rename it. I change the chart type and axis to bar. Click Enable Animation. Show Value Label in basic settings. I disable interactivity. Change position from auto to top. And shape from circle to series type in the legend settings. I disable both show axis titles. And change the primary axis format to currency. Change the revenue and gross profit color in formatting. I disable the auto font size and change it for legend. Value label. Category axis label. And primary axis label in the font settings. Then disable title auto font size. And change the font size in the container appearance. Next, I add a radial gauge. I name it Net Profit Margin. Add the expression for expenses and net profit margin. Drag the net profit margin to the actual value. And the percent symbol on the right. I change the type to half circle. And click the Enable Animation in basic settings. And change the color in pointer settings. Enable show ticks. Change the tick's position and scale label position to inside, and the scale width in scale settings. I disable auto font size for actual value, and change its size. Then disable the title auto font size, and change the size and container appearance. I add another radial gauge. And name it gross profit margin. I add the expression for gross profit margin and its value in the actual value. Then customize its properties. Next, I add a number card and name it Total Products Sold. I add the quantity column in the measure section. I disable auto font size and change the font size in the measure section. Disable auto font size and change the position from bottom to top in the title section. I add another number card, naming it Cost of Goods Sold COGS. I add the COGS column in the measure section. Customize its properties. Next, I add a card for KPI, named Net Profit. I add the revenue. Format it to currency and actual value, quantity and target value. I disable auto font size in the title section. Disable auto font size and change the font size and KPI value. Disable show icon in the indicator. Disable both auto font sizes. Change the name to revenue and left value. Disable both auto font sizes. Change the name to expenses. Next, I add a donut chart. Naming it Revenue by Channel and Payment Method. I add revenue in the Values section. I add a segment and rename it Payment Channel in the Column section. I give subtitles as Drill Down to View Payment Method. I click the Enable Animation checkbox. Set the radius to 0.7. And select the percentage option in the data label in Basic Settings. Enable Show Legend. Disable interactivity. Customize the legend. Position from bottom to top. And shape from circle to series type in the legend settings. I click Advanced Settings in the series palette. Disable auto font size. Change it for legend. Legend title. And value label in font settings. Then disable title auto font size. And change the font size and the container appearance. Next, I add a combine widget. Next, I add a column chart. And name it Accounts Receivable versus Accounts Payable by month. Add the account receivable in the Value section. Rename it. And format the value to currency. Add the supplier payment. Rename it. And format the type to currency. I add DOP in the column section. And format it to month year. I set the relative filter to get the last 6 months. I click Enable Animation and Show Value Label in Basic Settings. I disable interactivity. Change position from Auto to Top and shape from Circle to Series Type in the Legend settings. I disable both Show Axis titles and change the primary axis format to Currency and Axis. Change the accounts receivable and supplier payment color and formatting. I disable the auto font size and change it for Legend. Value label. Category axis label and primary axis label in the font settings. Then, disable title auto font size and change the font size in the container appearance. Click Show Header in the container actions. I add the Range Navigator to the combined widget. Naming it Revenue by Month. I add Revenue in the Values section and DOP in the Argument section and format it to month year. I change the revenue color in color settings. Disable the title auto font size and adjust the font size in the container appearance. Click Show Header in the container actions. Next, I add a bar chart and naming it Revenue and Net Profit by Sales Agent. Then, I add Revenue in the Value section and format it to the currency. Add the expression for net profit and drag and drop the net profit. Add the sales agent in the column section. Next, I click Enable Animation. Show Value Label in Basic Settings. Disable interactivity. Change the position to Top. And change the shape to Series Type in Legend settings. Next, I disable both the Show Axis titles and change the primary axis format to Currency in the Axis section. Choose the bar color for Revenue and Net Profit in the Formatting section. I disable the auto font size and change it for Legend. Value label. Category axis label. And primary axis label in the font settings. Disable the title auto font size and adjust the font size in the container appearance. Next, I add a map widget. Naming it Revenue by State. I add the revenue and format it to currency in the location value. I drag and drop the state in the location name. I change the shape data to USA in the basic settings. I enable Show Legend in the Legend settings. I change color in the formatting section. Then, disable the title auto font size and adjust the font size and container appearance. Now, everything is ready to preview the dashboard. I click Preview, and the dashboard is rendered in preview mode. Once the dashboard is created, you can publish it by clicking the Publish button. In this video, you have learned how to create a dashboard for financial analysis in Bold BI. If you found this video useful, please click the like button. Subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.